Evening everyone, how are we doing tonight? Welcome along Jack, Farm Life, Thomas and Game Hero over there on Twitch. So we're going to have a look at this map tonight. Not going to look around it too much because some of you have been in the channel a little while may recognise it. But the first question you're going to probably ask is why aren't I already in the game? Well, I can't really get into the map without showing you guys the interesting bit where you go into it. I think that's going to happen every time we go in, but we will see. I've only been on there this afternoon. Hey Fast Farming, how are we doing? So this is a reincarnation of a map I have played before, and as I've put in the description, one of my favourite FS19 maps. See if you guys can work out which one it is. But you've got to listen for this one. No, it's not going to work. That's only the first time you come on here. Right. I wasn't sure on that. Right, when you first spawn on this map, there's very interesting choice of spawning points, shall we say. There is an outside toilet on here you spawn into with some rather interesting sound effects. That's all I'm going to say. It would be this one. This is where you spawn the first time you come on the map, straight into the thunderbox. So, yeah. Evening, David. How are we doing? Evening, Austin. Welcome along. So you see, this is might be familiar to some of you who've been watching for a little while, but it has been completely revamped by this person. But it's a favourite map of mine. I'm good, thanks, David. Oh yes, interesting choice of spawning point that is. So we do have some textures on here. LPG Schwarze Pumpe, or to give it its English name, Black Pump. So I was on here this afternoon just having a little go on here and just combined once around this field. We're just working our way towards the shop at the moment. I've got the 8900s on here and some other class bits and pieces which I'll be using in a little while because I've bought a couple of fields. But we're going to have a look around because there is an awful lot of production being put on this map since I last played it. So we've got a rather large shop area here on this revamped version. So this is a German map, so everything is in German on here, unfortunately for me. It's not a language I understand. So we've got our shop here. We've got the arrow we're going to be using in a little while. Ian and Rabbit Man, how are we doing? And I've got our baler up here. Just going to see what vehicles I've put in here, what we can use to have a look around the map. I might not have put any in. Knowing me. Answers that one. We'll have to use the in-game pickup, which is annoying, to say the least. Definitely not. Class colours, anyone? No. Just no. I don't think so. I'm not bad, thanks. Let's go with that one. Don't like using the in-game vehicles like this. So as you can see, we are up the shop. We've also got sell points up here. And you do need the global company mod on this map to get it all to work. So looks like we can do potato chips in there, some other bits and pieces. There are alternative crops on here as well, I will say that. It's just got to work out what everything does, basically. So pig feed production here. That was nice and easy, just come up in English. It's telling us what we can tip in there. And that's where it comes out. So that's compost of some description going by that one. So what have we got over this side? Yes, it's out, Thomas. It's on another site. No, definitely not going to pull the bail of the truck, Game Hero. We've got nothing to bail at the moment. So again, looks like pig food all up this side here. Diesel production. So we can produce compost, pig food and diesel by putting rape, soya or sunflowers in here. So we've got our biofuel refinery up here, which is handy because that's all seed rape we're combining. Fertiliser production over this side. So manure and slurry and digestate in, and liquid fertiliser and solid fertiliser out. I've forgot to put a link in to my stream deck for this, unfortunately. I'm having a few technical issues with my PC at the minute, so if the game pauses, it's not the game, it's the PC. I'm having a little bit of a battle with Adobe on it. Keeps pushing the CPU up to 35-40%. I can't close it. I can't uninstall it because that takes Photoshop off the PC. I know what it is, but Adobe won't tell anyone how to disable it properly, which is annoying. It's one of their applications causing it, which auto runs. When you switch it off, then it re-enables itself, which is causing me a few headaches at the moment. So heading up this direction, fire station, very handy if GD wants to play this map. Always good to know where the fire station is if he's about. So as you gathered, it's probably gathered it's PC only map, unfortunately. So if it's like the original one, we should have all sorts in here. Just drive to each site and then we'll have a walk around and see what we can find before we do anything. Oh, nuts water. Okay. Just need to find the right point on here to actually find out what's going in there. I'm going to say this is the sugar beet factory. Hey Nathaniel, I'm good, thanks, and this is single player. But the good bit is this map should be multiplayer compatible. Sugar production. Yeah, I got waylaid doing something 1174. So we can produce our sugar up here. So anyone got any guesses what this map was originally called yet? And I have played both the 17 and 19 version on this channel this year. So that one's all sugar production. What we got? Something just flashed up. Just got to find the right place to stand to get it. There we are. Prima Spirit. Ooh, vodka. This is looking interesting. Or vodka. That's got to be vodka. So it looks like we're producing alcohol at this one. Told you there's lots of production on here. pig food comes out. It's just finding where each production facility is. Well, that one's going to be milk, that's for certain, with a freaky kitty cat. Mind you, that one doesn't look as freaky as the Farmer's Dynasty one. Oh dear. Yeah, I'm not going to try and pronounce that one. So, that'd be cheese, butter, milk, pig food by any chance we can produce there. Been looking for a different map to play, and I think this one will do us for a little while, because everyone seems to be hopping on Greenwich and everything else at the moment. I'd rather we'd done something a bit different as per usual. And there's lovely big fields on here to do it with. It's got to be wool. So, takes hemp in here as well, so hemp is a crop on this map. You can do sheep's wool and hemp wool by the looks of it. Yeah. What's your new phone, dare I ask? So we have another tip point there. Seed. Special fertilizer? And fertilizer, is that? I have no idea. Never did do German at school. We done French, I wasn't exactly brilliant at that either. Ah, yeah. I've got the 8 Plus at the moment. Got a little while before mine is due for upgrade yet. It's supposed to be the most indestructible iPhone yet, isn't it? Hey Spencer, how are we doing? Does anyone recognise the map yet from what it used to be called? So it looked like chicken feed on that sign. We have various other facilities down here. No, I couldn't either. I do like my iPhones. We have another facility here. So imports fibres, outputs of I presume there's fibres there. Looks like it. Outputs of herbicide there. Interesting. Well, this one is. Jump over the wall. Ah, so that's where we make the textiles to go into the train station next door for export, and herbicide comes in there from somewhere else. So I can see us spend a bit of time on here to find everything out. Okay, nothing's flashing up there. Where's the point? So I haven't put the universal tank pack in yet, which will cause a bit of an issue, because we need that to run this properly. Brot. Now would that be bare by any chance? I think you can go halfway around all the facilities on here yet. Hey Shane, there is no DLC command. I'm not quite sure what you're trying to bring up with that one. Evening Milton, welcome along. So have I completely foxtrolled what this map is yet? Or was originally? So this would be the back way into the shop, I guess. Yeah. It looks quite a bit different from the last time we played on it in its previous incarnation. Some interesting sound effects as you go around here. That much I will say. It certainly is, Milton. With lots and lots of production on it. More so than the 17 version had. It's been completely altered. So we have our pig farm up here now. So it's been moved out of the main yard up to here. So chalk works in there for lime. I'm not going to go in there. I have no need to. You can see it's running its own textures on here as well, because this is not my grass. So we have another sign over here for something. Water, diesel, and it looks like straw bales, but whether that is or not. So I will have to put the universal tanks in here before we can actually use much of it. This is not going to work very well at the moment. So I'm presuming we need the straw to heat stuff and the diesel to run everything. It is Nathaniel and the 19 one. I have played both on the channel. Just the 19 one wasn't finished and never did get finished, so this guy done it. Renamed it. He also done this map in 17 as well with this name. Mind you, Milton's probably got an advantage because he may have seen the link I put in the admin area in my Discord earlier. There's no shortage of production here. So we have our sawmill up here. We'll go this way. We'll be making use of the diesel production a bit later, probably. Tree. Yeah, that link. It's coming up here. Still got the windmill up here. Good question, Nathaniel, and not one I can really give an answer to. Too many of them. So chicken feed up here. So cereal crops and pallets, and we get chicken feed out up here. Ah, yeah, you have to register for an account. I did wonder if that may happen. I've got an account there, so that wouldn't happen with mine. That's another reason I put a link into the chat for this one. Free accounts are not a big problem, but you still need to register. So the BJ has changed slightly to what it was. Over there, we're not going to look around that one. I suppose I really should have done looked up in the air above it after the last time. So this was our sheep pasture before. So I guess looking at this, it probably still is. Just been changed about a bit. Okay, I didn't realise that bridge was like that. Otherwise I might not have come that way. Standard size map, Nathaniel. So this would be our poultry building. Quite a nice big one down here. See? We better have a look, see if we can actually get in there by the looks of that. Certainly will, Milton. So it looks like we've got egg packaging in here. Interesting chickens. Now the MP map is fourfold, this is just standard 2x2. Just absolutely ram-packed with production. First bit of plain grass we come to where it's not actually growing. Supposed to be seasons ready as well. I'm not going to test that one out. I'm not going to go around all the sell points in the village, etc., because there are a lot of them. But we have a pretty massive clamp down here we can work with. Don't need a bird to tell me I'm cuckoo, I know that much. And we've got the yard here, which is full of various storage facilities. TMR storage, hay storage, grass storage, straw storage. Herbicide over the back there. No shortage of facilities over here. So we'll... Does it seem to be? I'm not quite sure what that one is at the moment. So, let's see, we've got a little bit in here. So we've got going through the production of fermenting silo, pig food factory, diesel, fertilizer production. Hey Chunky, how are we doing? Brewery. I'm not sure what that one is. Something missing, sugar production. Yeah, it does look a bit like a trommel, Thomas. Yeah, that one. And that one. And even that one. Plus that one. Dairy. That one. You can tell I don't do German when I'm just saying that one. I thought it might be Kevin. I did think it might be some sort of... There we go, potato washing system. So obviously got to wash the potatoes before we can sell them on here. So see, there's lots and lots of production on here. That should keep us going for a little while, various things. We don't own any potato fields, you'll be pleased to hear at the minute, but I can change that. So you've got one Axion down the yard here, the big cultivator on. Got a field of rye what needs spraying. But for those who aren't familiar with the Thuringian Oberland map, this is basically the same field layout but with lots more sell points. Might be able to, Nathaniel. So I usually tend to avoid the American ones. No, you don't, Thomas. It's just I like the class stuff. It's a German map, so I've put it on here. So extra crops: hops, hemp, rye, lucerne, and what I'm presuming is clover. There's not many extra crops on here, but 5 of them. We're going to get some combining done is the plan. Or spraying first, actually. Because I've done it again and bought field 13. Those of you who've been with me a while know about field 13. You can, Thomas. It's a wonder I'm not allergic to field 13 on this map. The amount of time we spent on there. Quite possibly. Actually check it needs fertilising first, because a lot of these fields on here are fertilised. Yeah, that one does. No one saw that. Got a lot of movement in the crops and wind on here as well. Probably generated by that thunderbox in the farmyard. Give the noises coming out of it. What are you agreeing to disagree on, Thomas? If one of the mods wants to pop into the link at the admin room and Discord into chat, they're welcome to. Hey Steve, I'm good, thanks, how you doing? So we gained a few extra fences on here to region. No, you don't. I have video evidence of it, you do not. Got a slight texture issue with the roll again. It's a little bit silvery at this growth stage. This is version 5 of the map at the moment. Might make a couple of tweaks to that and sort this texture out. I know just where to get the textures from to do it. I've no doubt about that with Carl Farms, Nathaniel. It's the Thuringian Oberland map, Chunky, under a different name, with more features. This is the field I done the massive potato harvest on. Well, we've come back to it. Because I love that map as well. I'd actually forgotten about this other version of it. Found it a couple of months back, meant to do something. But what could be better for class machinery than the German map? That's the one, Milton? I think it was about 4 live streams to get this done with 3 harvesters. Oh yes, that's what I like about it, Thomas. The fields are not flat at all on here. Yeah, don't blame me, Kevin. I will have a look at Shamrock in 19. That's one I could not get into in 17, but I think it came out at the wrong time for me. As it did with a lot of people. Might as well. Formal wasn't around back then to blame. No, Nathaniel, they weren't. I don't know where the 1988 comes from in the title. There's something funny going on with some of the trees on here because they look autumnal already. It did, Thomas. Very good question, 1174. What are you up to with a two-wheel drive Fiat on that map? Combines, balers, forage harvesters, forage wagons, but no tractors. The tractors did not come until 2004. Didn't think it looked very good. That's why I stayed away from that one. I think I've already given one mod a good kick, and today as it is, I don't need to do another one. Go for it, Chunky. Yes, really nice map, as you know. I think we'll keep out of that mud. Exactly, David. There's nothing I've said in that video today which wasn't the truth. Got the mandatory dislike about 3:30, 4 o'clock, like I've done every video for the last 2 weeks. Same without it now, getting quite used to it. They put Vultras in their colour before. It's dated, Junky. That's the problem with it. It's severely dated. I will have a look at these textures for this rye crop though, because this is going to get annoying. I just like playing a different map, and this one is completely different. That's the problem. I put good mods out in 17 and just converted them. Something Giant said would look bad, and oh boy were they right. It says it is chunky. Okay, that's an interesting little sound effect again. Have we got another outside toilet there somewhere? Yep. At least we know where to find the outside toilets. Don't worry, that wasn't my natural sound. Oh, you wait, Milton. When you first spawn on here, you spawn into there. You actually initially spawn into an outside toilet on this map. As soon as... oh, positive chunky, believe me. I'm not gagging, it definitely wasn't me. As soon as Sony and Microsoft have approved it, I would guess, Daniel. As Giants themselves said, it could be a few weeks, it could be a couple of months. If I remember rightly what they put out. Remember, I think this field's about 13 hectares, something like that. Not going to test these pylons out because I know some of them have got collisions, some haven't on the original map. I might have made a slight miscalculation there, I forgot to turn the fertiliser rate down. Given we've just used 2,000 litres to do the headland. It's down now. Okay, we're 36 metre sprayer here. Wouldn't have thought they could do, because they can't actually put a price tag on anyone else's game, can they? In that respect. So I have to go whichever way this decides to send us at the moment. We've obviously used the same rye textures on here as NF Marsh had, because we had this problem on there after an update. So I'll take a look at the rye textures on Geiselsberg and see if I can move them, shall we say. I thought the little 660 would make a good spraying tractor for us. There is a wider Amazon sprayer, but I didn't fancy its chances on the train on here. Hey Dan, how are we doing? As you know from when I used the Hardy sprayer on this original map, it tended to get a little bit wedged in a place or two. Yeah, the other good thing with this map, of course, Chunk, is that's big enough to take that big Gregoire Besson plough. Which is the one I've used on here before. I think Giants have a fit with this map if that's submitted to them. Some of the sound effects on here. I don't think they'd be too keen on farting toilets somehow. Have a look at the textures on here tomorrow probably and see if I can just swap the Geiselberg one in, or another map where they actually work properly. Yeah, it would do. I think there's just far too much stuff on here for it to work properly. And then of course we'd get the other problem. That sounds like a good way to chill down. This map would be a PC only one, I believe, because of everything what's on here production wise. Better that slowed the fertiliser use down. Bankrupt us if not. I wouldn't have thought so, Thomas, but I've not actually checked. I'd hazard guess it's a script mod. We all know what that usually means when it comes to consoles, unfortunately. Gotta love spraying short working fields. Bit of a pain in the rear end, shall we say. Just disappear in a couple of minutes for a few moments. Just go and feed the hound, then I'll be back. But we'll get this field sprayed first. So I didn't leave a helper running on here. I think we all know what will happen if I do. Yes, you do, Chunky, and you'll have to register for a free account to do so. That's the only place you can download it from, as far as I'm aware. Or that's the original download link, I should say. Yeah, I have seen them. I did see Stevie's done some better ones on headers and things now. The map might be on other websites, but I know I'd normally prefer to download it from the original one, because that whole forum is based around this map, to be fair, a lot of it. And that that link also gives you every piece of production what is on here. There's a lot of production on here, so we've only shown you a small piece of it. But over the next few streams we'll have a look at what else we can find and make use of. You clean up your cow pens with it. I think that's the main sort of feature of it. Not to worry about a small misbit there. Headland's a fair chunk of this field spray. I know the sugar beet next to us are ready to harvest, but I'm trying to avoid doing that field. Big field, that one. Why does it look to me like the GPS is screwing up on here? Probably because the GPS is screwing up on there. See what it does. Let's sort itself out. Bit hard to see with the silvery rye texture there. Seem to be over by the noisy outside toilet again. The sounds do catch you unawares on here sometimes. I had a look around briefly this afternoon. There's a few other places there's some interesting sounds on here. Quite possibly chunky. No, because that just popped into mind. No doubt I'll get hated for that one. And it breaks my no politics rule. You'll make some comment being the next Labour Party conference going on. Noises coming out of that. Not quite sure what the FPS is up to at the minute. It's not too bad. High 50s. Don't like these heated rear windows in these tractors. Up the field and down again, we should be onto this nice little short stuff in this corner. And get that sprayer back there and get onto the combine. Should probably have his little glitch with it again to start with. It certainly did this afternoon. Because if this has been real life around here right now, this sprayer would be into the axles at the moment. Need a winch to get it out again, though wet it is. Wouldn't cost too much chunky because I use the variable rate mod for that as well. That's the problem the first time round when I done the Thuringia-Nobland map. That didn't exist back then. It's like spraying fields this size in real life. I mean, there weren't so many turns still on the headlands. I'd rather spray a 60 acre field than a 2 acre one. Those long ends. Almost used the Pantera, but I thought we'd go trial sprayer. So we'll use some of these class tractors. I might do a morning stream tomorrow, we shall see. If I don't, there'll be one tomorrow night anyway. Oh, for the shut off mod, section control. Be handy on this field. Save a lot of fertilizer. I suppose I really should have left crop destruction turned and we could have tramlined the field then. A couple of widths up there and we'll be done. This time around. I have turned weeds off on here, I'm not going to start all that again. Bit of a bad join in the distance over there. See it in front of us, that suddenly goes from light to dark over there. And of course, if you like doing forestry, there's a lot of forestry on this map. Lots and lots of trees. Well, it just gives all a bit of a break from multiplayer at the minute. So I've been doing Oakfield multiplayer and the Umpen one for everyone to do. Brace yourselves when we start going back up the field again. We aren't far away from the noise at the moment. Seem to have grasshoppers currently. Next time we come down, we'll be straight in line with the Thunderbox over there. If I'd thought about this a bit more, I'd have probably put this in the place of new battle target on the server. It's supposed to be MP compatible. The fields aren't quite so big. Guessing that's a pigeon trailer over there. What you asked earlier, Thomas. So the Thuringia Nobleland map had lots of those trailers dotted about on it. Alright, so that's that field sprayed. We'll just answer a call of nature, shall we? Oh dear. That sounds nasty. Are you used to, Dan? Ooh. Yeah, it must be pretty potent. It took the back out of the Thunderbox. I haven't worked on a farm or done any farm work now for just over 2 years. I spent 20 years doing it. Let's go through the mud down here. Not quite sure how they've done that, what that is. Has its moments, David. It does have its moments. But then I look at quality of life at the minute. Not many days I'm not home by 5. I don't work weekends. I very rarely work weekends. I haven't done a single one this year. Last year I done about 2. Oh, there's the cat. Got its wicket hole on display just like most cats do as they're wandering around. Obviously we've still got the cows up the top here. Yeah, let's change the yards about a little bit on here. So this is the one we want. So the ground is a bit uneven around some of the fields with these big headers, so you have to be a bit careful with them. I think I'd miss the farm work a bit more if I didn't still have anything to do with it. Cats and small dogs always seem to wander around with their wicket hole on display. So this header does actually spawn side knives. For anyone who's not used it on canola yet. We're going to dump that load of canola in the biodiesel plant. Exactly, David. I don't think I'd be able to manage if I wasn't involved at all still. There's a lot more variety involved in it. Lots of planes over this side of the field. I can honestly say this autumn I am not missing it one little bit with the weather how it is. I'm a lot happier doing this autumn. But I will say clients do tend to get a bit tetchy when it's like this for too long. There's times when I miss it, put it that way. Be a lie if I said there wasn't. Where you can earn more money doing less hours, well, yeah, that has its advantages. When you can get home in the same sort of state of cleanliness as you left in the morning, it also has its advantages. Biggest drawback to not working on the farm is I put on 2 stone in weight after I left doing this job. It's not as active. I have milled and I am losing weight at the moment. The allotment is helping that one. Thanks, Dan. One thing I always try and do in the review videos is be honest. If that comes across as being hard, well, I think a lot of people rather see an honest review as to someone who just blows smoke up the backside of the mod creator. If I see something wrong, I will point it out. I'll be 100% honest, I wasn't one little bit surprised at everything I found wrong with them ones today, unfortunately. So we'll have a look at what's in the middle of this field when we get round that far. Originally it used to be soy milk factory in 17. Keep our little vegan fruit friends. And they said Fruit Loops then for some reason. Yeah, it keeps them happy. Okay, we'll stick with Fruit Loops then, Milton. Right, let's have a quick look at what we've got here. New neck is flames. Ooh, this could be interesting. Ah, chicken production for meat, I'd imagine. Yep. In my case, tea and biscuits, or burger van. I think we're going to get back to the trailer somehow. It's got a big field, this one. So would you guys like to see more of this map then? Map I enjoy playing. Don't like maps with big flat fields as a rule. This one is anything but. Since when we first done the Thuringian map, this reminds me a lot of the local area in some respects. I know anyone who's not been to Norfolk thinks it's flat, but it is not. far off that trailer, which is a good thing. Yeah, they could, Dan. I hate to say it, but ARM team seem to be getting a bit lazy with mods, unfortunately. They could have redone those decals, they could have sorted that back axle out. We do, Milton. We have some quite steep hills in some bits of Norfolk. In fact, we got to more or less exactly the same place I did last time. Exactly the same place. So I thought we'd go cramp triaxle trailer. Fairly German type trailer. Haven't used these too much, these trailers. Going to tip that in the biodiesel plant. We went for a cherry box on the front of this time instead of the class weights. Yeah, there's no twin axle options with this one though. That has hills too, Milton. There's bits north which are flatter than a what's up, but further west you go, it gets a bit flatter. So around Kings Lynn area. Other side to Kings Lynn, to be fair. This side to Kings Lynn is quite hilly in places. I have had to 7 for a semi-mounted plough slide sideways down the hill on one of them fields around that way. There'd be no issues 1174, none whatsoever with it. So they steer. If anything, they're probably easier on the tyres than what a tandem would be. So we have canola in there now. We have noises coming out of it. You can actually rename them, so let's have a look. So that's working away nicely there. So So we're on ×1, so that may slow things down a bit. Right, back to the combine now. Seem to remember when we done this 17 MP on the Ring in Oberland, we made quite a bit of money out of diesel. Currently I'm thinking we're going to come back on here tomorrow. Should be finishing in a moment. Oh look, the header trailer's moved. Surprise, surprise. That was parked lengthways up the grass margin originally. And who might that be, Milton? Constable? Right, so I think that's where I'm going to finish for tonight. Done an hour and a half, which will do me quite nicely. Thought that's who you're going to say. My late grandmother had several of his pictures up on her walls, or copies of them. She had several prints of them. Right, so that's where we'll leave it for tonight. I shall be back on here tomorrow, I think. But for now, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this stream, and I will see you again tomorrow. Goodbye for now.